Obsession is a dangerous path for anybody who falls prey to its hold. It dominates us, it steals our will, and saps all the pleasure out of life. We become numb to everything else as we traverse into a dark world where our minds are possessed and we have no control. We worry, try to seek for answers that never come, and we lose sleep and eventually become unhealthy. But that's what we're here for. We're going to break out of this prison with some shadow work. Namaste, Sacred Masters. I'm Dr. Iwan Sukehi, author of Shadow Work, Finding Your Light in Darkness, and I'm here to help you with your shadow work and manifesting questions, as well as give you tips on new ways you can practice your self-growth. So don't forget to subscribe for Grow Both Your Numbers on Tuesdays, Pick a Card Shadow Work on Thursdays, and Shadow Work Manifesting Tips on Sundays. Also, don't forget to check my website so that you can enter into my monthly giveaway of my Shadow Work book to help you improve your life and find your light in the darkness. Now, before we start working on our obsessive behavior, let me first point out that we must be very clear that this video does not apply if you have any of these underlying issues. Unfortunately, for many, the cause for obsession is so much deeper, so if you have attachment disorders, past trauma, fear of abandonment, delusional order, borderline personality disorder, or other mental health issues, a professional can help you with these. Don't gamble with your life. Turn off this video and go to the description box where I've posted a referral link you can use to find a professional to help you with this. Remember, don't gamble with your mental health. It is one of the most important things to take care of. That's it. Let's jump into obsession and how we can let go of it. But first, remember that obsession can be a person or a thing. As long as our thinking and behavior revolves around this object of desire, we become separated from our true and authentic selves. That feeling you get from obsession is based on two things. One, your subconscious and conscious mind are completely not in sync. The subconscious mind, your higher self, gives you feelings from the low end of the energy spectrum, but your conscious mind keeps telling you that you are absolutely correct. Throw in a couple of dopamine highs and you get obsessive behavior and thinking. You see, our subconscious mind signals to us when things are not right. Very much like it hurts if you put your hand on a burning plate. That's your subconscious signaling to you something's wrong through your body. When you become obsessed with something that separates you from your true self, your subconscious signals it to you through low energies such as worry, shame, and anxiety. But yet, it is constantly battled by your conscious mind who is trying to tell you that, no, this is what I want. Like a slot machine, you keep putting coins in, hoping for a win. Maybe you get a little credit or small wins, but in the end, when the money is gone, your life is already spiraled out of control. In order to use shadow work to heal and return back to our authentic selves, we must first become mindful of what we are obsessed about. Is it a person or is it a thing? By being mindful, what I mean is, for example, if you're worried about an alcoholic's behavior, you may not realize you're as preoccupied with him or her as the alcoholic is with the alcohol. Your obsession can be masked in the face by your ego as doing good. Just be mindful what can be an obsession, what could be an obsession, and healing from it before you do. We have to be mindful of what we are obsessed about and know how to heal. If you're obsessing over a pimple, we're not going to heal your obsession with pimples, but rather your feelings of inferiority or unlovability. See, obsession can also be good in shadow work, as it could help identify deeper rooted problems that when fixed, you won't be so obsessive at all. If we see a problem as merely obsession, all we will try to do is avoid it and try to distract ourselves from it. To cure obsession, find the root cause behind it. Are we shamed in childhood? If we were shamed about being single, even if it is just our friend poking fun at us, is our problem with obsession about the person you are having feelings for? Or is there work on your anxiety to avoid pain of loneliness and rejection? These are all things you have to consider. The deeper you go in your shadow sessions, where you sit and really dig deep, the more clear on what you have to work with will become known, and you can work on these deeper issues. But obsession can also be a mind game played by another person to suck you into them. Another thing that could drag you into the obsession game, similar to a person playing games with you, is society playing games with you. You see, we can obsess about a person because we have been brought up by movies, music, and books that romance has to be a certain way. We chase the person and eventually they realize our affection for them and they fall back in love with us. This is a common story plot used in countless of Hollywood movies that we absorb as our fantasies and desire it for our reality. Why? Because entertaining movies, music, and book releases dopamine in our brain. So what we do is feel that dopamine rush in our brain in reality. And because we have very little to base on, we use these media stories and create them in our head that this is the way love should be. The same principle works the same for people obsessed with things such as a goal, like money or riches. One only has to look into Hollywood to see lavish lifestyles of the rich and famous, and we begin to create these stories in our heads that if we work enough, if we are ruthless enough, we will get what we want. Obsession is born. The good news is that the conscious mind can be easily programmed, unlike our subconscious. So here are some exercises to do while doing a shadow work sessions. I want you to sit down and think back to a time when your obsession has worked for you. Did you ever woo the person you love with obsession? Or were you in a relationship when things were more light, fun, and free from obsession? Did you ever meet your goals while you were obsessed with it? Working day and night, thinking about it all the time? You begin to realize that when you are obsessed, it doesn't work. Why? Because one of the laws of the universe, the 10th law, is the law of polarity, which states that everything in the universe has a polar opposite. Up, down, light, dark, good, evil, etc. One cannot exist without the other. Obsession leads us to chase. And if we were to utilize these laws, then if you are chasing, something has to be running. The more you chase, the faster you chase, the further and faster they will run, whether it be a person or a goal. If you want an in-depth look at the 12 laws of the universe, you can check out the link above or description box below. Now, let's go to the next thing we can do to help with our obsession. Spending time with yourself. Many of us have subscribed to the idea that our life is just a mirror of ourselves. French-born novelist Anais Nin said, "You do not see the world as it is, you see it as you are." This is true because if your beliefs that the world is volatile, you subconsciously look for evidence to substantiate that. It's called confirmation bias. We are all self-fulfilling prophecy machines. What we see as ourselves, the world reflects back to us. Thus, if the world is a reflection of you, if you don't love you, you'll attract people who don't love you as well. Rather than focus on your obsession, focus on yourself. But let me make a distinction. I'm talking about self-love, not self-care. So even if you're pampering yourself with a nice bath, it won't do anything for your obsessive thoughts. By self-love, it means making a no-judgment-free zone for your inner self. This means not only prioritizing yourself, being true and nice and trusting yourself, but stop comparing yourself to others and their opinions. Allow yourself to make mistakes and remember your core values. Shadow work is a form of self-love because it helps us understand our dark side, like fear without judgment rather than rejecting them. As you begin to practice self-love, you begin to see doors open for you. You don't have to obsess over anything. Let others obsess over you. The last exercise is to nourish your soul. Because obsession takes away from us our core and authentic being, put energy instead to doing something creative. Develop interests and passions that feed, inspire, and nurture you. Do the opposite of what obsession does helps fill the void that it creates with energies that expel out the low energy obsession creates. This also puts distance between your object of desire and stop idolizing it. You swap the pedestal with whatever you want with yourself. After all, the reason why you want someone or something is because you desire it, right? If you're obsessed, it's because you want to be a winner. So, why is a person or object on a pedestal instead of you? Can you see how flawed putting something on a pedestal is? Remember, your life is not going to end if you don't get what you want. before your obsession came along, you were fine, and you will be fine once they are gone. Instead, think about the life you deserve. Your boundaries mean that if someone or something isn't a part of your vision, just let them go in a gentle and loving way. Go out, meet someone new, discover the world, and you begin to see those who fit into your vision of your dreams and desires. I know that working on obsession is harder than it sounds. Letting go is one of the big journeys we all have to take. I have 2 videos that can help you if you need to learn how to let go, which is the first step to moving away from obsession into freedom. The first is my video explaining how to let go in detail. The other is a meditation I created for you. I'll see you in both these videos. Let's start your journey. Namaste.